So let's talk about the world's biggest unintentional Ponzi scheme that your grandparents love and you'll probably never see. Social Security. Yeah, that thing that takes a slice of every paycheck and promises to pay you back in 40 years. If the government still has money, if the dollar still exists, and if robots haven't replaced us all by then. Let's be honest, most millennials and Gen Z don't even know how much they're paying into Social Security. We just see the deduction and think, who is FICA and why is he taking $200 from me every 2 weeks? It all started back in 1935 when Franklin D. Roosevelt said, "Y'all broke, the economy broke, everybody broke, let's fix it." The Great Depression had people eating soup out of tin cans and losing everything, so the government created a safety net. The plan was simple. Working people pay in, retired people take out, everyone lives happily ever after. Except nobody told FDR that Americans were about to start living longer. A lot longer. Back then, life expectancy was only around 60, which means most people died before collecting their first check. Now folks living to 80 or 90 are collecting for 30 plus years. Social Security wasn't built for that. It was built like a short-term bridge, not a 40-year luxury cruise. It seems there's too many birthdays and not enough babies. So here's the math. In 1960, there were about 5 workers for every retiree. Today, it's about 2.8. By 2035, it'll be closer to 2 workers per retiree. That means 2 people flipping burgers have to fund someone's RV retirement in Arizona. And it's not getting better because people keep living longer and having fewer kids. So while grandma's out here enjoying her 3rd Bahamas cruise, the rest of us are trying to figure it out if we can afford avocado toast and rent this month. Social Security isn't just a line item. It's a monster in the federal budget. In 2024, it cost the government around $1.4 trillion. That's over 20% of all federal spending. It's right up there with Medicare, defense, and paying interest on that mountain of debt we call the US balance sheet. And the Social Security Trust Fund, the piggy bank that's supposed to keep it running, is expected to run dry by 2034. Now that doesn't mean you get zero benefits, but it does mean future generations might only get 75% of what's promised. So if your grandma's getting $1,800 a month, you might be getting more like $1,300 and a pat on the back saying, good luck with that. Hey, before we go further, if you're still watching and haven't hit like yet, remember, every time you hit like, a millennial gets 1 more penny added to their imaginary future Social Security check. So hit the like button, drop a comment with your generation, millennial, Gen Z, and subscribe because your retirement plan should at least include laughing through the pain. Let's talk about what the government's trying to do and why it's not enough. Now, Congress isn't totally asleep. Okay, maybe a little. But they have floated ideas. Such as raising payroll taxes, translation, taking more money from your check. Also, increasing the full retirement age, translation, you'll work till your knees give out. And the final one is the means testing, translation, if you make too much, you get less back. Now, none of those sound amazing, but it might be either one of those or a combination of those versus the chaos that's in the midst. They're trying to patch a 1930s program with 2030s problems. The truth is, Social Security's biggest issue isn't mismanagement, it's math. The money coming in isn't matching the money going out. Do you see where it sounds like an unintentional Ponzi scheme? And even if they fix it, inflation still eats away at the benefit. So by the time Gen Z retires, that $2,000 check might only buy a tank of gas and a pack of gum. So here's where we stop laughing and start planning. If your entire retirement strategy is Social Security will save me, that's like depending on your ex to pick you up from the airport. Technically possible, but dangerous. And that's why it's crucial to build your own retirement plan. I'm talking about 401k. Get that employer match. That's free money. A Roth IRA. Tax-free growth, baby. Also, it helps to invest early because compound interest works harder than most politicians. Even small contributions today can make a huge difference. $200 a month for 30 years at 8% returns, that's nearly $280,000. Meanwhile, waiting till you're 45 to start, you might end up working until you're 80 just to keep the lights on and keep your cat fed. So what happens if Social Security collapses? Let's go full conspiracy for a second. If Social Security did collapse completely, what would it look like? It would mean millions of seniors losing their income overnight, and the government would have to step in somehow. There'd be protests, panic, and politicians promising temporary fixes while printing money like it's 2020 all over again. So it probably won't vanish, it'll just evolve. You might get a smaller check later in life, taxed differently, or indexed to income, but the system's too big to fail without chaos. So, will Millennials and Gen Z ever get Social Security? Maybe, but not the same way our grandparents did. The question isn't will it be there, it's will you need it. Build your retirement like it doesn't exist. If it's still around, great, that's your bonus round. If not, you're already set. Remember, take care of your money today so your money can take care of you tomorrow. I'm the financial watchman, keeping guard over your dollars. And if you learned something today, hit subscribe and support the mission at buymeacoffee.com/The Financial Watchman. Now go check your paycheck because FICA just got you again. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Always do your own research or consult with a licensed financial advisor before making investment or retirement decisions. The Financial Watchman is here to inform, not to predict. So stay alert, stay smart, and keep your wallet guarded. I am the Financial Watchman, and I'm signing out. Bye-bye, y'all.